Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with this person. It could have been in the past. It could also be a current relationship, but there's not a whole lot of communication. For others of you, this could be somebody that you've met. You know, there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. It's a situationship sort of thing. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self during this reading. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. And I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. Sagittarius, you have here, I would say 2.5 cards that are a little challenging. So we definitely have here Wild Woman. For me, that's my trickster behavior card. And we have here Challenge. We also have Crossroads, so not really being able to make that decision, the one that you want them to make. Some of you may feel that the roles are reversed, or both of you, yourself and Crosswatcher, you may be going through the same feelings and emotions, actually. The reason why I say this is because of the mystery card. The mystery card for me is my past life card, and it does show me that this is a very deep-rooted spiritual connection. Because of that, sometimes we do mirror each other. When we do that, it's very difficult to not be in the person's energy. You might be doing something completely different, but you have this surge of emotion. It could be positive, it could be negative, but you don't know where it's coming from. Usually that is because you are in the person's energy, and it really does not matter how far the distance is. Somebody can be in Dublin, the other person can be in Australia. That's the way it is. So we have here Wild Woman, followed by Mystery, Awakening, Laughter, Challenge, Abundance, Crossroads, Play, and Wisdom. Some of you might be wondering why I use those specific examples of those locations. Just to let you know, in the beginning, when I started doing this, I was wondering, like, how is it that I was doing a reading and I was wondering, how is it that I can read someone's feelings and emotions sitting in Toronto and the other person is in Dublin and the other person lives in Australia? It was just didn't make sense to me. So I did the research, I did some meditation, and yeah, just a speed of thought. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Speed of thought. And it was mind-blowing for me. I was like, wow, it doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't, guys. We're all connected through kind of like invisible wires or strings. If you were to kind of put a label on it, that's kind of what it's like. And cutting cords, some of you might want to do that. It is difficult. When is it most difficult? When it is a spiritual connection. That's something you can't really get rid of. All right. We have here Wild Woman, Mystery, Awakening, Laughter, Challenge, Abundance. I was going to say absence. Maybe this person is absent from your life. Crossroads, Play, Wisdom under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Sagittarius, I understand I have not been truthful. I have been absent from your life during certain times, and you have wondered what I have done, what I've been up to, what I've been hiding. Suspicion has led to mistrust. There is a lack of trust in this connection, and yes, I agree. I have been sneaky, doing things behind the scenes, not telling you the full truth, but telling you little bits and pieces. The problem is, I got caught. And I know that you know who I am and my true colors, and a part of you feels as if you don't even know me at all. Because you trusted me. And I broke that trust. For me, this is a mystery. The mystery in my heart and my mind. I question the heavens. Why is it that this is happening? Why are you in my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Are we meant to be together? Are we supposed to be together? There's something about you that's just so familiar. And I find it difficult moving forward in any sort of way. I feel a spiritual connection with you. Yes, as if I've known you from before, but I can feel your energy sometimes, feel your presence, smell your scent even though you're not there. And it's very confusing, but it's also very convincing that you are with me, and maybe I'm with you. I have come to the realization, I've had this awakening moment, this spiritual awakening. And I see things clearly and I see things differently. Not how I once did before, but with a fresh pair of eyes, a new perspective, seeing things from your shoes. I realize now that you are someone who really doesn't need me, actually. You can do well even without me. And I do feel that you are my best friend. The one person who I can call my confidant. You are like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. That ray, it just comes right through the clouds. The light is leading. It is soft, gentle and kind and warm. And that's you. You've always been there. And you've always been that one person that I can rely on, count on. And because of the things that I've done to you, I now realize this is a very challenging situation. The challenge now is, how can I fix this? How can I have more truth? How can I change what I've done in the past? The truth is, I can't. What's done is done, and what I've done in the past can never change. This is, for me now, a problem that just can't be solved. A riddle that just can't be solved. And yes, I see you as somebody who is abundant. Somebody who has great potential. A great future. Somebody who's abundant. Somebody who is independent. I do feel that in your life you do have luck and prosperity. But because of the things that I have done and said, that hope and that dream kind of went downhill. Right now I'm at a crossroads. I don't know which way to turn. Should I move forward in this connection and be with you? as a friend? Or should I take a step back and go a different direction and be in this connection for stability, for finances, for closure? I'm at a crossroads and I know I need to make a decision. In you, I have found a friend. I have found mischief. You are someone that I care for deeply and dearly. I know that in this connection, you are someone that I love deep within, because you are my best friend. Overall, I have learned my lesson. I have learned from my mistakes, and I know now that there are certain things that I should not have done. But I also know that I am a different person because of the lessons that I have learned, and I've learned from the mistakes that I've made. I want to be a person who is different, who is wiser, who is better. The problem is, Sagittarius, the differences between us and the distance between us, it will never really reveal to you how I've changed because of the distance, the boundaries. I want to show you that I've changed. I'm brand new. I'm someone completely different. You won't even recognize me. But what's the use? If there's no connection, there's no contact. Because of the things that I have done in the past. I can't change what I've done in the past. All I can do is change who I am now and learn from the past. And I have learned that truth, honesty is the best policy. That's what I've learned. Sagittarius. Your person of interest here, I don't see regret here. But it could be the energy is there in between the cards, but it just didn't pop up. What I am seeing here is somebody realizes what they've done. They've also realized that you're a great friend, that this is a spiritual connection, and now they want to be different. They want to be wiser. They have grown wiser, actually. If by chance you end up meeting this person or going out with this person, you may see them in a different light. They're not the same. It may sound strange too. It may even seem weird to you if you do meet this person and you go out, because you're going to wonder what happened to you. Not you, your person of interest. Because they have this wisdom card, it does mean that they have actually matured. Because the wisdom is here now, this also indicates to me that there was a lack of wisdom before. All right, guys, so this is the Lover's Path Tarot. For those of you who are new, I do read this in the reverse, and I go a little bit back in time to see what happened in the earlier days in this connection. Things were going great. You seem to have been working well with each other, but then something happened and everything kind of went downhill. And you're wondering, left standing there, what the hell happened? What did I do wrong? Could I have done something better? Was it my fault? This is for those of you that never received the closure that you deserved. This person could have ghosted you. They could have faded over time. I'm getting the word melted, actually. They could have just melted over time. That's just metaphorically speaking, guys. And here we have abandonment issues. Somebody may have abandoned you and something has been triggered from the past from the past, I'm also seeing the word past life. Now that card that we had, the mystery card, right? That was also my past life card. So there's certain things that are in this connection that have been very powerful for some of you. It's been a trigger. It's actually been a trigger. For some of you, just before I begin this part of this reading, for some of you, if you feel that you can't let go of this person, if you feel that you are obsessing over this person and you want to know a little bit more so that perhaps you can get maybe some closure or just understand the situation better from the past, then do have a look on my website. The link is below. Look at the past life package, read through it, and place an order if you feel that that's applicable to you. Here, we have the 2 of Coins, Contemplation, and the 5 of Arrows. Interesting. So, let's have a look. 2 of Coins. So this is what your person of interest was feeling and thinking at the time. Something they were not sharing with you. So the obstacles, right? All the issues that were occurring, things that perhaps you were not aware of. That is what this is. 2 of Coins. This talks about choices and juggling and trying to find a balance. Here, there was an issue taking on too much at the time. Your person of interest at the time was feeling overwhelmed by demands. And there was overcommitting oneself. So this person was trying to juggle several situations at once. This could have been jobs, opportunities, ideas, desires, things like that. At the end of the day, the key word here is feeling overwhelmed by demands. This person had spread themselves far too thin, taking on too many things to the point where they couldn't even handle it anymore. Sometimes we have a choice on what we want to take on, and sometimes it's just dropped on our lap, right? That's the way life is. So, because of that, they were very overwhelmed, and with that feeling of being overwhelmed, they cannot give you the time, energy, and effort that you deserve. Here we have contemplation. The contemplation card does talk about the hermit mode, withdrawal, introspection, and retreat. This person wanted to listen to their heart, and they retreated into their inner self because they wanted to not only focus on the relationship that they have with others, but they wanted to focus on the relationship that they have with themselves. They were distracted by the world, so they decided to become isolated. Self-contemplation, self-reflection, isolation, living and being in solitude, being the hermit. They tried to detach from the everyday world to regain balance because there was too much noise, so they detached from it. They were ignoring their intuition. They started to feel that this connection was very superficial, and they were feeling unconnected with their own heart. So basically, they were wondering, this relationship between the both of you, or the situationship, or whatever it is, it had potential. They thought that it could be better than what it was. It looked good on paper, for example, but there was something else that was missing from inside of their heart and their mind. They internally were not feeling good about the situation, not necessarily about you, but about the situation. Why can they not find love in their heart? Something like this, Sagittarius, is very deep-rooted. It's not 100% related to you. 85% I'm seeing the number 85% is related to their past. Okay? So don't think it's you. This is a them problem. This is not a you problem. A lot of people think that the person has gone and left because of them. That's not true. Individuals do what they do because at that time they feel that that's the right thing to do. And it's based on their experiences in life. Here we have the 5 of Arrows. Let's have a look. Okay. Yikes. 5 of Arrows. It talks about how your person of interest in the past was feeling a whole lot of struggle, distrust, and there were arguments. Lack of trust that led to conflicts, possible defeat or feelings of defeat, the need for self-protection or caution. discomfort or struggle with a situation. Now, this is it, guys. This is it. Disingenuous surrender, defeat because of indecisiveness. The person can't make up their mind. Paranoia and dishonesty. Paranoia. This person was paranoid. That's why they did not move forward in this connection. They were dishonest. You did have the Wild Woman card earlier. Indecisiveness. You had the Crossroads card earlier, right? Disingenuous surrender usually means, like, I just use a simple example. A couple walking outside in their home and they're rushing somewhere, and one of them says, "Oh, look, honey, the sky is green." And the other person just simply admits that it's green just for the sake of not arguing. So they'll just say, "Yeah, you're right. The sky is green. Okay, let's go." So that's like a disingenuous surrender, just surrendering to something that you know is not right. You go against your gut feeling and you just do it for the sake of doing it. And that is exactly what happened here. This person started to surrender. But what happens over time when people do that, all they're doing is acting. That's the problem. Why was this person acting? Because the contemplation card, they didn't even know who they were. Guys, yeah, this was not your fault. Okay, for the majority of you, this is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody. But from what I'm seeing right now in this deck, I see that the issues were stemming more from your person of interest and not coming from you. This was like an internal thing that they had to deal with on their own. They just don't have the right resources or the support. They might not even open up to you. I'm getting the words emotionally detached. Yep, right there. High Priestess. Secretive. So this is the Beginner's Tarot. And here I'll be looking at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Starting with the High Priestess. Your person of interest here is keeping a secret, but not only that, they want to manifest the connection, but there are too many things going on behind the scenes, and they are unable to make sense of it all. They want and they're wishing and they're hoping for things to move forward. But the problem is they're not sharing. They're not doing anything. They're letting the universe deal with it on its own. Ace of Cups. They want a sense of forgiveness in this connection. So forgiveness means that they know and they acknowledge what they've done is wrong, which is good. They want forgiveness. They want love. And they want to show you how much love they do have towards you. However, the reason why they're doing this is because of the Moon card right there. The Moon card talks about how in this connection there has been lies and betrayal. And because of the lies and betrayal that have occurred, what is shown to me here, based on that, they want to reconcile with you. Now, do they have the courage to do such a thing? No, they don't. Here we have the Page of Swords. So you are not dealing with a knight, with a queen, or a king. You're dealing with a page. This individual that you know now is no longer the confident, raw, rough and tough individual that you once might have known. The person who is very decisive. The person who, not good. I'm seeing a word. I'm seeing the word abusive. Not good. Could be anything. Hopefully not physical, guys, or any type of a word, they call it. I think you're not supposed to really say that word, I think, on the internet or on YouTube. So there's something going on here where they were very rash, but it was because they were not wise. They were very, very immature. And because of that immaturity, they acted the way that they did. They just didn't know any better. With this card, I see with the Page of Swords, it does talk about this person having lost their confidence. They no longer feel secure. They feel fearful, I'm seeing. They feel paranoid, I'm seeing. And it's because of the things that have happened in this connection with you. But what's interesting about it is that putting all that aside, they now realize that a part of them, they feel that they're a part of you because of that spiritual connection. So it's such a weird example right now. I get the weirdest examples. I'm seeing like a toddler in a UFO, a cartoon kind of UFO. The toddler has no idea how big and grand the universe is. The toddler is sitting inside the UFO, kind of like a Looney Tunes kind of thing I'm seeing. I'm seeing the rocks, I'm seeing the asteroids and things like that. So the toddler has no idea. The universe is its playground, and it doesn't know what is safe and what is not, but it does know that it's encompassed in something that's taking care of it. The direction that they're going in, they don't know. They just know that they're in something that makes them feel good. This is the problem here. You're dealing with, I don't want to say a toddler, but you're dealing with somebody who was very immature, very inexperienced. And they had the ability of taking this relationship far or keeping it short and sweet and just cutting it off. They could have been in places that were very beautiful. They could have gone to a really crappy place. A very dangerous place. Venus, I think. In reality, Venus is not so. It's not hospitable. But for example, they could go to different places, right? The reason why they did that, because they don't know any better. That's why it's a toddler. So you're dealing with somebody here who, in their mindset, they may have not been as mature as you thought them to be. Something happened here, and that state and that status that they had of somebody being very mature, it just kind of got narrowed down, and now this person is someone who is nervous. They stay distant from you. This person could also be, they call it stalking, online stalking, or trying to find out what you're up to, who you're with these days. If there's anything going on in your life that they have not found out, they want to find out. So they're kind of staring from the back benches here, very far away. They just want to know what they're up against. Why are they doing this? Because they want to reach out to you, but they just don't know how. They do not have the courage or the strength or the wisdom to do that. The overall arching theme we have here, death. Yes, this person wants to put to sleep all that happened before, and they want to start this connection brand spanking new. So the things that your person of interest here has done in the time that you both have been together, even during the absence, they are hoping for a better future. They're hoping that everything that has happened can be put to rest and that a new day will dawn. Now, I still don't see this person. I see this person being hopeful, but I don't see them being confident. And someone like this does grow over time. They do learn things. And of course, in the first set of cards, you did have the wisdom card, right? And that was the overall arching theme. So that's pretty big. That does mean that this person has learned a lesson. They have learned from their mistakes, and they are no longer as immature or inexperienced as they once were. This is also why this person wants a second chance. So they do want a second chance with you, because in this connection, Sagittarius, there were lies and there was betrayal. Things that happened in the dark, in the shadows, that you were unaware of. And that is why you had, in the beginning, the Wild Woman card. Wild Woman card for me is a person that has this trickster behavior, doing things behind the scenes, behind your back, keeping you in the dark. Basically, guys, look, okay. I'm pulling out my deck, but this little guy just kind of came along with it. Let's see what this is. Crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas, as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. So this usually means that when there are, this is the crown chakra card. This is a different deck altogether. Archangel therapy cards. So if you have something that's repeating in your mind over and over again, an idea, a thought, there's a reason why. It's like a little poking you over and over again. Do this, do this, do this. So don't ignore it. That is your higher intuitive self. Okay? All right, I have here Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. Ooh. I fell right on my arm, guys. There's something better. Some of you might not want to hear that. Okay. We have here within the next few weeks, while the cards are coming right out. Opportunity. Compromise. Interesting. Okay. So Sagittarius, the outcome for both groups right now, it's positive. Okay. But there are two groups I'm seeing, two different messages for two paths some of you are on. So some of you are going to be with this person and it's going to improve. Others of you are actually going to find somebody completely different. Yes. So let's start with the ones that are going to stick around with this person, and let's see where that goes. We have here, these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Here we have, there's something better. So in this context, this means that there's something better than the situation that you're in right now. You might think that this is as good as it gets. No, that's not true. It is going to get better. When? Within the next few weeks or months. Keep in mind, few weeks can also be months. There is going to be an opportunity regarding this situation. And there will be a compromise. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing the High Priestess card. So there is that wish and there's that hope that if only we could be together, I could try to have this equal give and take with this person. This person wants a compromise. So this is you letting go a little bit, them letting go, them adjusting, you adjusting, them accommodating you and you accommodating them. And I'm seeing getting rid of any belief-related issues that's holding you guys back. Finally, at the end of the day, you come together. But only through a compromise, understanding the other person's point of view. Keep in mind, when there's a compromise, 50-50 is good. 60-40 is still acceptable. 70%, 30, nope. That's where it gets a little tricky. Because then you just have someone bending over backwards, changing their personality to accommodate the other. You don't want that. That's no use at that point then. Here we also have, like I just said earlier, listen to your intuition. And then you have here, get more information. Now, interesting about this card, getting more information, it talks about how in this connection, there are certain things that you may not know about this person. Certain things that they may have gone through, the reason why they're in the hermit mode, right? The reason why they are trying to assess themselves and who they are and what they do. All of these things, it bothers this person. But there are certain things you are unaware of. And so if you knew about these issues, you would be able to navigate this situation better. So here it does say get more information. Now, whether that is from books, blogs, whether it's from YouTube channels, videos, a coach, relationship coach, it could be anything. Whatever the issue is in this connection, the reoccurring theme, the reoccurring issue, figure out why it's happening, what the solution is, the reason behind it. Once you find the reason, then you could find a solution for it. We also have here, if you believe. So this is that belief of manifestation. If you believe, then it will happen. But it has to be logical, it has to be practical, realistic. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have peaceful resolution. So yes, we did have distrust. There were some struggles. There were some arguments even in the past. But here, peaceful resolution, just like you have the Death card, things are going to be, I'm getting the word amicable. I don't even know how to pronounce that properly. But a peaceful resolution will occur between the both of you, the ones that wish to be with this specific individual. Now, the next group, there is someone better than this person. You will notice, and this opportunity will come to you within the next few weeks or months. Within your own heart and in your mind, you're going to have to come to a compromise. It's going to be difficult, but it's for the best. And you're going to have to listen to your intuition. Regarding what you have done, why you do the things that you do, you're going to have to get more information on that. Why your person of interest treated you the way that they did, same as the first group, you're going to have to find out what's going on. Because once you know, it'll be easier for you to move on. It's not your fault. It's not a you situation. It's a them. Okay? Here we also have if you believe. Same thing for you. To manifest, you have to have that positive energy to attract. However, make sure it is practical, it is realistic. We also have here the overall arching theme, peaceful resolution. This is a beautiful card to have because it does talk about how things in the past may have been, it was a rough patch, right? But there is going to be, between the both of you and your person of interest, there's going to be an understanding, okay? And it could even be the compromise is meant for you as well. But there's going to be an understanding. However, I do see some of you taking another opportunity with somebody completely different, somebody new. However, what's interesting about it is that this is someone better than the one that you had before. Now, it's hard when you're in love to imagine somebody being better than the other person, but you only know the light from the darkness, right? The sweet from the sour. You have to experience both in order to express that, in order to experience and feel that and know it in your core. That only happens when you do open yourself up to other opportunities. You could only know the difference once you do that. If an opportunity comes to you, accept it, learn from it, and simply just move on. Sometimes the opportunities that come are just life lessons. This person, for some of you, might have just been a life lesson, as terrible as the situation turned out to be for some of you. But now you know better. Now you are wiser too. Sagittarius, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments, guys, and I try to reply as much as I can, but I do appreciate you guys writing in the comments below because it gives me a lot of information on what's going on out there. What are you guys going through and what people in general kind of go through. And with that information, I do create content on my other channel, Asnointia Audio, that is on YouTube. The videos there are absolutely free. Please have a look at those videos. They will help you understand more about relationships. So I do have relationship-related advice videos. And I also have some on past life and spiritual connections, which is this particular reading as well. Very strong reading you have here with a past life connection. It's very, it's difficult to let go. And that's the reason why. And there's a lot of triggers in this connection. Once you have a look at those, guys, you'll be able to understand. And if you do want a personal reading, like I said earlier, I do past life readings as well. Please keep in mind when you do read it, you will also note that it's not always a past life reading. It could be situated in a different timeline. Okay? Not always the past. It could be the future. Those type of readings for me are just anomalies. I would say 4% of the readings I've ever done. It's set in the future. Not in this lifetime, but many lifetimes from now. It's difficult for me, those ones. I prefer the ones in the past life, but I'm just letting you know that it's not always the past. Okay? It's just basically a spiritual connection. Any point in time, past, present, future, whenever. Now, I also wanted to mention that I have one video on negative energies. What and who are negative energies, how to recognize and remove such things from your life. I have that on that video as well. There's just one video, on that channel. And for those of you that are looking for love readings, do I do love readings? Yes, I do. And the readings that I have available right now, the one reading is a PDF and an audio. So there's a lot of information I give to you. And it's very in-depth. And hopefully, if some of you do want to understand more about how this person's feeling, what are the challenges, certain things that they're not telling you that they should be telling you, all of that I look into and I tell you in depth. And some of you may feel that there's some negative energy because of, I'm seeing the word trauma, because of certain things that may have happened in your life. Depression, stress, anxiety, I'm seeing those. The chakra checkup package that I sell, it is very helpful. And I have the ability of remotely viewing in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. With the help of Angel Fakil, I see the negative energies, how many you have, and I tell you how to get rid of such things from your life so that you can bring in the positive and get rid of the negative. That way it's easy to manifest things in your life as well. It's not such a challenge anymore, meaning there's no hindrances anymore. So also, like I said, I have the past life, there's a love, and there's also the negative energy removal ones. Now, I do have, for some of you, if you want something just very basic, very simple, but different types, I have packages that are related to different issues. And the theme is negative energies. So getting rid of them. One is like for a family generational curse. The other one is the Holy Light package, which is a self-help guide. So I do have some self-help guides there. And I'd recommend that you just read through it if some of you are interested. And it gets rid of the packages that I have do get rid, especially the chakra checkup package. Any type of hauntings, any type of supernatural negative things that you may feel in your home, around your aura. Sleep paralysis, waking up like from 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning in between those hours. Not even 5, but it's like usually from 2 to 4:30 or so. If you suddenly wake up, you just don't know why you keep waking up. There are reasons for that. Black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, hexes, curses, evil eye, all that kind of nonsense that happens to us people. My packages there, they help you get rid of that. All right, guys, you all take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. It does help me understand a little bit more about what I've done and how it relates to you. All right, guys, please do like, share, and subscribe. I will see you all again. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.